Hello, 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 it's Dolly. Welcome to my channel, Scrapping on the Go. This process video is for Mix It Media Frenzy with Krista, Kathy, Ronnie Sue, Scrappy Sister, Happy Kathy, and myself. We post every Friday. This is the sketch that we all are going to scrap lift, and none of ours will look alike. I have 3 photographs. I have white acrylic paint. I have some ink from Tim Holtz Distress Paints, and the first one I'm showing you is Broken China. It's a blue base. The next one is Evergreen Bough, which is a green base. And then I have 3 photographs of our miniature dash hound that I'm scrapping about, a sponge I'm using, my squirt bottle, a 12 by 12 mixed media paper, and then I went ahead and off camera poured out some of that paint. I'm not going to use the yellow. I pre-soaked my sponge in water and then squeezed it out so that it was just a little bit damp because I can use my squirt bottle if I need more. I'm going to go light from the outer edge and work in darker strips. That's my thought. And so one side of the sponge, I use the Broken China color, and then on the opposite side of that sponge, I use the Evergreen Bough. And I am just creating lines, and I'm kind of using my close to my heart mat with the inches on there as kind of my visual guide. As you can tell, I don't have a ruler out. This is all about being artsy and free movement with your art. It's not everything's supposed to be perfect, okay? When it's perfect, that's when you are going to focus on what you might think or other people might think are flaws. But if it's not perfect, then it all works out just perfect. All right, so we post every Friday to encourage you to use your mixed media or purchase some mixed media and create your own backgrounds and then document a memory, all right? And this right here is a simple technique, and you can use any form of a sponge to do this. And it's 2 colors that I use. And you're just going up and down, up and down. And as you can see, the lines aren't perfectly straight, but once you get your photograph and all the embellishments, it ties in together. Now, just like the layout, they had the same color on top of each of those swatches. I'm going to refer to them swatches. And then you take a flat paint brush that's flat like square, not a round one, a square one, dip it into your paint. And so I am dipping into the Evergreen Bough and going over the Evergreen Bough swatches. And then I do the same thing with the Broken China. And see how that stands out? And you're doing color on top of color, the same color, if that makes sense. Now, I wanted my edges to blend just a little bit more, and so I'm using a baby wipe that has no fragrance in it. You can also use a paper towel and moisten it if you want to kind of blend the edges in, but you got to be quick about it before your acrylic paint dries because this is not watercolor based. All right, I'm not going to waste my leftover paint, and so I got out my art journal book, or mixed media book is what it's a mixed media book, and I just put all my extra paints, and then when I just want to relax and just be creative using my stamps and stencils and stuff, and I do it all off camera, that's the book I use. It's my for fun book. All right. So now I found some of these paper flowers in my stash, and they are Hobby Lobby brand. I don't have too much of a stash of paper flowers. I used to use them a lot. It was kind of like with butterflies. Still to this day, butterflies or hearts are always on my layouts. Well, that's kind of how it was with flowers, and I kind of got away from them but I'm slowly incorporating more onto my layouts. Not every layout, because I like it when people look in my albums that each of the pages look different, right? So it keeps that visual interest up for the viewer. All right, so on some of these flowers, they had a wood round button. It was two-dimensional. The other ones were a flat button. So you just saw me remove those off, and then I'm going to put an enamel dot in the middle. Now, like the sketch, the flowers go from the left and cascade all the way to the right. I'm just making 3 clusters. So again, when you're scrap lifting, it's just a jumping off point. You can either kind of follow it to the T, though your layout will never look like theirs, because nobody can recreate a layout exactly the same as the original person. Or you can just use it as a jumping off point or follow it 50%. And so anyway, I think I follow it about 50–70%. All right, instead of flowers, I'm adding these jewels here, and you can see that you can tear these apart and make it work for you on your layout. And so anyway, it just adds a little bit more visual interest. So I have lots of texture going on this layout: paint, jewels, paper flowers, wood buttons, puffy stickers, and clear enamel type stickers. All right, so that word right there says "I love you more," and it's going to be part of my title, and you're going to see that here in a minute. And these are 3 pictures of our miniature dachshund, and I've been wanting to scrapbook these photographs for about a year. But they're pictures of him saying, like, "Would you leave me alone? Stop taking pictures of me." And I almost wanted to make my title say "Go away," but I decided to play it off as Bojo, unconditionally, I love you more. So basically, I'm telling my dog, "Hey, Bojo, I unconditionally love you more." So I love how this layout turned out. I'm now using some puffy stickers out of my stash from Pink Fresh Studio, and I place one right there above the photograph on the left, along with 2 hearts, and that completes that cluster. I have the cluster finished over in the upper right-hand corner and in the center. And then off camera, I did add some splatters using Dilution White Linen Shimmer Spray Paints. This is something she came out with in 2019. And I actually just picked this up in March when I did my annual purchasing, and I had not yet used it. I completely forgot about it, and I'm in love with it. Now I want to get more of these, and they're in a nice small bottle. So anyway, here are the close-ups. I appreciate you all. Get out your mixed media, start creating your own backgrounds, and you can do it on a 12x12. You can do it in an art journal book. You can just do it to be playing around, whatever you'd like to do. Anyway, we're here to inspire you, and I hope that's what we're doing, is inspiring you to use your mixed media. Plus, most of all, document those memories in a fun, creative way. Keep coming back, give us a thumbs up, and we will see you next time. Bye.